Okay, here we are again, doing another Q&A, but with a twist. You're also gonna get ready with me. All right, welcome back. Wouldn't be a video with me without so many drinks. If you can see my spaghetti in the background, don't worry about it. Hello. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lindsay Pearce. I am a performer in New York, and I'm currently in the off-Broadway musical Titanique. I play Rose DeWitt Bucator, and I asked on my Instagram if anybody had any questions because I hadn't done a Q&A in a minute. But before I get into that, I want to talk about, I'm very excited about this, I have a sponsor for today's video. The sponsor of today's video is, drumroll please, Ana Luisa. Many of you have probably heard of Ana Luisa. I have loved their jewelry and I've loved their line for so long. A lot of my favorite content creators and creators online have worked with Ana Luisa before, and that's how I knew about them. So when I got the opportunity to work with them myself, I was very excited, to say the least. I'm just so thrilled. So thank you, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring this video. The things that I've always loved about Ana Luisa is that they are affordable, first and foremost. They ship anywhere in the US, and the quality of these pieces are just simply unmatched. They test them for strength and humidity. You can wear them in the shower. They're long lasting, they're tarnish resistant. Genuinely love this brand. I love what they create, and I would certainly not be presenting a brand that I didn't believe in. I love expressing myself through what I wear, and I always find that even some of the best jewelry I buy, it turns my fingers green, or it makes my skin itch, or it just doesn't make me feel my best, and that is not the case. Right now, I have on a lovely little opal necklace, which they were very kind to send to me. Every single piece that I'm wearing right now was sent to me by Ana Luisa, and this opal piece really got my gears going. I have a lot of opal earrings. I have a kind of a constellation piercing in my right ear that is all opal, so it feels really right to have a little opal necklace to tie it all in. And then this is a little rose pendant, very Victorian-esque, very academia, which I love. And I'm currently playing Rose in Titanique off-Broadway, so it just feels right. It feels right, it feels lovely. And then on my ears, I have these lovely diamond, emerald, almost like double hoop earring. And I wore these at the Wicked 20th, and I got so many compliments. They're just dainty, and they're just perfect. They're not too big, not too small. And then on my wrist, I have another green piece. Green is my favorite color, so I was really grateful when they sent me these lovely green pieces. And I also wore this to the Wicked 20 and got so many compliments on it, and it just made me feel like the prettiest little green girl ever. So that is the sponsor of today's video, and thank you, Ana Luisa, again for sending me these beautiful pieces. I love them. I wear them all the time. Makes me feel like a pretty little princess. Okay, on with the get ready with me and on with the questions. Okay, so the first question that I see, I'm reading them off of my computer. Best theater memory from before going professional high school community theater. So I think I know immediately which one I'm gonna choose to answer this question. I've played Cinderella twice, and at two different theaters, two different repertory theaters in California. And at this particular one in Merced, California, called the Merced Playhouse, I was playing Cinderella for the second time. And the guy that was playing my prince and I were in the middle of a scene. I think it was the first scene in which they meet each other. And there's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a spark, but an unsuredness. She is Cinderella and he's a prince. And, we had our lines memorized and we were doing the whole scene, and it just wasn't working, and it was so low stakes. It was not like, opening night was the next day. But me and this actor just could not get what we wanted. The blocking wasn't working, and we weren't connecting, and we weren't really finding the chemistry, and we weren't really finding the scene. Our director, his name is Corey, so he's sitting maybe 2 rows back, and we're working on the ground. And at one point we just kind of openly were like, just got kind of exasperated, like nothing is working. And Corey, in the way that only Corey could, and he is still like this to this day, just slightly in the dark, just goes, ugh, boring. And something about him just saying exactly how we were feeling, because we were all feeling it, we just doubled over laughing, and it was just the best thing to kind of break whatever was going on and just start trying new things. So that's a memory that immediately came to mind. I should probably start to actually get ready during this Get Ready With Me. Someone asked, could we get a tour of your dressing room station? Yes, I actually have a desire and a plan to kind of revamp my dressing room station. Right now, it's just kind of a lot of inherited bits and bobs and knickknacks, which I love. But there's no real symmetry to it. And I just want to make it feel less kind of like a catch-all space and more like a space that I will be in for quite some time. Titanique just got extended through June 17th, I believe. And we were all extending with it. So it will be over a year past my first performance that we will be there. We'll be there for over a year. So I'm really looking forward to this place feeling more like home and less kind of like a catch-all space. The next one is, am I listening to any podcasts? And if so, which ones? I'm listening to one consistently right now that is Morbid. I'm sure a lot of you, if you're true crime lovers like I am, know of Morbid. I mean, how can you not? They're the best. I really love Ash and Elena. I love who they are as people, let alone the way in which they cover the cases that they present on their podcast. I love anything that makes me feel like I'm hanging out with friends. I really, really love that. So Morbid is my answer for that one. The next question is the first one that I saw at the top of this page, which is, what's it like being on stage with your wholesome boyfriend every single day? He is so wholesome, ain't he? For those of you who don't know, I am currently in a relationship with a very, very wonderful human being named Michael. He is our Jack over at Titanique. Was not expecting a showmance to be on my dance card for 2023, but he's divine. I adore him. I need to stop slouching. I adore him. Oh, look at all these rainbows on my face. Pride Month's every month, right? Normally, I think I give myself pause when it comes to, mixing work with interpersonal relationships or romantic relationships, just because, it can get tricky and it can get complicated. It doesn't have to, but it inevitably does, because, you work together every day. And not only are we working together every day, but we're falling in love every single day on stage. And so, if you're having a bad day, or if something's going on in your life or in your relationships or in the relationship that you're in, and you're sharing that space with your person, it can just get complicated, just kind of like any other relationship can. And so it's really just about creating safe and open communication, sharing vulnerability, being willing to be wrong, creating tender, gentle, but firm boundaries about what is and isn't allowed in the workplace. And just like an individual, you do your best to leave it at the door. So it's been a really lovely experience to go on this endeavor with someone who is like-minded and like-hearted, someone who is playful and gentle and goofy and silly and curious. His kindness and his gentle nature is really inspiring, and I find myself desiring to be a better version of myself, because he achieves that pretty freaking constantly. So it's a really beautiful thing to experience, let alone to date. That's really it. And it's a blast. It's a blast to get to be on stage with somebody that you love. So it's a blessing. There are many blessings that come along with it, and it's a blast to do the show with him. He's so good at it. He's such an asset to the building as a whole. He's such a good person. So it's lovely. I'm having the time of my life. Okay, the next question is, what are some of your favorite things about being in the show? And I'm assuming that that's Titanique. Some of my favorite things about the show, being in the show, is experiencing the camaraderie of a cast like this. Everyone is really great. Just genuinely really great. The company is great, the cast is great, the crew is fantastic. At every department, wardrobe, hair, makeup, they're all just great. Loving people, supportive, gentle, stupid funny, goofy, kind, understanding, empathetic. I think that's one of the best things that I personally experience about this job. I genuinely get a sense of FOMO when I'm not there, and that's a beautiful thing. And I do my best, I should say, to not take that gift for granted. Giggles galore. The next question is one that just caught my eye, which is, what's the best advice you've ever gotten? Best advice. Oh man, I've been lucky to get a lot of advice from some pretty fantastic people. But man, I think the best would have to be my dad. My dad, shout out to Greg. My dad, ever since I was really small, would always say to me or my brothers, don't forget about the journey. Because I think a lot of our lives are kind of based around destination, right? Our goals, things that we want to get done, things that we want to see, things we want to do, stuff we want to experience, right? And my dad has and always was and has always been really adamant about remembering the journey in which we take to get to where we want to go, and that is where all of the good nuggets of life lie. And the older I get, the more I could not agree with them more. I don't think I'm alone when I say that it can be really easy to feel like your life is passing you by without you living it. I know that's something that I struggle with often, where I blink and I'm like, where did this week go? Where's my life gone? You just feel like someone else is, kind of sailing your ship. I think that's just a really long-winded way of saying my dad gave me the best advice, which is focus on your journey and not necessarily your destination. So thanks, Greg. My dad rocks. I love my dad. Okay, next question. Next question is, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what song would I choose? Baby, what a wonderfully horrible question. One song? This is fear. Fear on my face. One song for the rest of my life? I don't think I could listen to any one song for the rest of my life. Something bad from Wicked. Well, maybe instead of thinking about it in an absolute sense, I think about a song. Let me think about a song that I always come back to no matter what, and maybe that could be a song that I could listen to for the rest of my life, and it be the only song. The Shrine / An Argument by Fleet Foxes. That song wrecks me in a good way. The Shrine, that'll be my answer for now. The Shrine and Argument by Fleet Foxes. What am I reading right now? Great question. Let me finish my mascara and go grab it for you. Okay, what I'm currently reading right now is The Year of the Witching. I bought this in Boston, Massachusetts in 2021. And I have finally picked it up because I am a mood reader through and through. And I will read the back of it for you. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. A young woman living in a rigid, puritanical society discovers dark powers within herself in this stunning, feminist fantasy debut. So obviously, I went, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Get it, read it, it's spooky, it's great, and Emmanuel's a badass. This is what I'm reading. Well, my darling dears, that is me sorted. So the last little bits of touch up, because this is pretty much what I'll be wearing tonight at Titanique. Thank you so much as I spray this rose water to very lightly set myself. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for asking me your questions. Whatever I don't answer on here, I'll probably do it on my Instagram, so keep a lookout for that. Thank you again to Anna Luisa for sponsoring this video. And if you would like to leave comments on what you want to see in the next one, let me know. My regular vlogging camera is currently being repaired, so hopefully she'll be back with me soon. And with that, I leave you. I love you. I mean it. Thank you and good night.